Um, it's a nice evening here I'm at the corner of 97th Street in Manhattan, El Barrio area. 97th and Lexington. Right here, we just came out of the CVS. I got a good deal because I've had rewards since back at home in Florida. So, I got some tissue, toilet tissue. Earlier I came and I got Tide and softener for my papi. And so I got some tissue now because the truck wasn't unloaded yet, so I had to come back. So anyways, right here we have Lexington Public. I thought that was a newspaper place. It just kind of looks like that. And then right there is Taco Bell. But who wants to go to the normal fast foods that you would get anyway in your state that you live in? We have Taco Bell in Florida. So, but there is different type foods next to it. Bardolino pizza. And then beside it is El Tepeyac. Never heard of it. Fresh Mexican food, it says. So maybe one day I'll try it. It might not be this time around. But I tried the Bardolino pizza because my cousin Evelyn and her husband Oscar brought a pizza pie to my uncle's. We just really heard that. But I call him Papi because he likes me to call him Papi because he kind of helped my mom raise me because my mom was a single mom. So he would go and help her out, you know, with stuff, do errands for her, stay and babysit, bottle feed me, you know, feed me my food, take me to school, pick me up from school. I remember when I got older and he was picking me up from kindergarten. Okay, so now here we're at this place called the Climbing Fitness. Only I want to show Sushi that besides her, humans can climb too. She likes to climb, but not like that. So let's see how she looks at it. See? Let me see if I'm getting it. See? Okay, so now we're gonna come on back. Let me see if she gets it. Look at the climb, Sushi. Look at them climb up there. Look at them climb. You see them climb? Look at climb. Look, climb up. See it climb? I don't think she could do that. But she likes climbing. So, oh yeah, and there's a Asian gourmet. Says Carnegie Hill endoscopy. I remember when I was a kid, I sang at Carnegie Hall. Carnegie Hall. I'm getting tongue twisted. So anyways, I'm walking back to the corner because I'm walking to my pops because I already miss him. So he probably is missing me too. He's a lot of fun to be around and he's just like a full of energy. Like a kid for real. When I said he was a 15-year-old in like a 15-year-old in the kitchen in my other video, I meant it. He is. Okay, so now we're crossing the street. So now we're gonna walk down this neighborhood just so you can get a look at the architecture and this old type of buildings. Very popular in Manhattan areas. You know, stuff like the buildings you would see in Sesame Street and stuff like that. Oh, Oscar might be in one of those. Oscar the Grouch. If not, there'll be some rats. So I'm not going to be too close to those. We saw some huge rats just before our walk, when we began our walk. And here goes these basements. Those are very, very, very familiar to me. Look at the architecture on that building. Too bad it's nighttime, you can't really see. But you see? Very nice. And there. See, and these are the basements. Sushi's probably getting smells of cats and rats because wherever there's cats, there's rats. And there goes a rat bait. That's what a rat bait's supposed to look like. Okay? I say that in that way because I had a rat problem for a while, and my home is very clean. Excuse me, Sushi. And back in Florida, and well kept and everything, and I still had, because we lived surrounded by the woods. With the woods comes coyotes, bears, turtles, you know, tortoises or whatever. See these buildings? Really nice buildings. There's nicer one than these, but I'm sure these are very expensive to live in. See, there's those across the street. Parking garage that charges $15.21 early bird special, but that's a catch, you know. That's like probably, I don't know if it's per hour, I don't know how it goes, but I know it's expensive to park and have a car around here. Now I forgot to put my light for recording, and so some areas are dark, and my feet are catching right now, so I'm starting to get a little bit of a gait. So there goes a nice building there. That's a really tall building. These are probably very pricey. So that's a little tour in the nighttime. It's a nice breeze out. It's beautiful. I love New York to visit. I can't see myself living here for a lot of reasons. Oh, going back to the rat thing. So the management at the park where I live at, I live in a mobile home park, they put out some traps. They were being nice, but I even thought when I saw them, I said, those are mice traps. They wouldn't even fit the snout of a rat in there. You know, they were very small traps, and I knew rat traps were not that little. So it was like ridiculously little. So I'm going to see if I take a picture of the actual rat traps that I've seen out here, and then I can share it with management perhaps, because now I don't have the problem, but I have neighbors that do have the problem, because all around us we have woods. So where there's woods, there's animals, and then if I had a neighbor that kept on putting, here we are in a different section of Manhattan. So if people put out leftover food, you know, into the woods and the edge of the woods, you're inviting them to the park. You know, they're like, oh, we're gonna know where the food comes from. They're gonna trace it to the garbages and trace it to the homes, and I believe that that's how it happened. You know, so I had a neighbor that kept on putting food that was left over, and he thought, you know, he's feeding the animals, nature, that's the way the Lord intended and stuff like that. That's all good, but we have to be precautious and careful, because we don't have a pest problem. You know, you don't put your leftover or your bad vegetables and fruits out. Like he would have the watermelons and pumpkins and all kinds of stuff. He would put it out there. Then he would say it was his daughter. His daughter didn't even live there. So it's funny. Excuse me for a minute. Okay, I had to get Sushi's attention because I felt a little tension on the leash, because she was getting a very strong scent. Perhaps a dog peed, marked it. New York dogs are so aggressive too. So yeah, she's doing, it's natural. Okay, so there's always lots of cabs in this area. This is downtown is like that, downtown Manhattan, which is where I'm at. So Sushi's reacting now because it is nighttime. And talk about rats. We seen one or two just earlier. And they're so big, she's confused. Here in New York, they're big, they're huge. Not like in the countryside where we live at. She's probably confused thinking, is that a cat? Because she does like to make friends with cats. Or is it a rabbit? You know, because rabbits kind of intrigue her. But, because we have rabbits, you know. So, we don't have rabbits as pets. We have them from the wild woods. So, or it may be a hare, which is a wild rabbit. So, I don't know. I thought I was going to catch one. But anyways, we're going to take another close look at... Let me see if this is recording. Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to take a nice... A closer look to another trap at a different angle. And there's a rat right there. Almost looks like a squirrel. It's brown in color. But we're going to be careful because I don't know how aggressive these are. So there's a... I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. You see that box right there? Right next to it is a rat. I don't know where it's scattered to. Oh, there it goes. See, it's along the wall. Along the wall. Real big. Looks like a squirrel. Looks like a young rat. It's making a nest. It's gathering stuff and making a nest. Right next to the black rat trap. They're too smart for that. Let me tell you, they are smart. I wonder that if scientists just let them go, the breeded ones or something like that, that they test. And I mean, I've seen rats, not in person, but I've seen rats like on TV that scientists put to drive a car. Excuse me, I had something on my lip. Drive a car. They make a little car for them and see how smart they are and see if they figure out how to move the car, you know, and they do figure it out. It's a special car that they make for them, and just to test their smart abilities. Amazing. Animals are just amazing. And then I've seen rats on YouTube where they were they had baits put out for the rats, and the rats figure it out. And they don't. I mean, I had it done the same thing. I put the glue trap, right? And because I wasn't experienced with it, I put a good glue trap called Tomcat. Okay. No, wait. Tomcat is not a good one. I tried that one. I meant to say the Catch Master or something like that. That one's really good. You can get them in Walmart. You can get them on Amazon. So Sushi's like on high alert. She smells them. She's kind of have tension here. So she's on guard, you know. So anyways, that's why I don't like New York. So there's another rat trap there. There's two of them, as a matter of fact. Two different types. You see them side by side? On the other side of the gate, right by the wall, because by the wall they like to walk along the wall. They're always along the wall, just like you saw the other one. So that's the best way to catch them, you know. And that's where they leave their scent to send messages to the other rats, where this is the trail to get the food, or whether it's the trail to the nest, whatever it may be, they communicate, you know. So anyways, I need a break. I need to sit down. So anyways, let me get back to what I was saying. So yeah, I put one of those glue traps. It was the Catch Master, the good one. And I didn't know that I should put, well, it says in the instructions to not put anything on there. Oh, she's on alert. I can tell her body, and I did see what she saw. So I've learned to pay attention to her and pay attention to what she's looking at, even when I can't see it, and I'll find it. So along that wall behind the fence, there's a rat. So I don't really want to have my back to it because I freak out. So anyways, well, I didn't put, you're not supposed to put anything on it. But then I learned I can put something to attract them. There goes a rat, and it's white in color with brown. That must have been mixed with a pet rat, you know, got loose, and it's white and brown. I never seen one like that other than at the rat lab. Kind of looks like a hamster, but it's big. There's two of them. Oh, there's one. Okay, so yeah, so she's like, what is that? And there's another big white one down that way. Yep, it's running across the wall, along the wall. I meant to, there's a brown one going to the fence. And the other white one, I don't see it yet. but it might make its way out this way. And they're just going past the rat trap or over it. They're not dumb. You need to do a little more with those rat traps. There it goes. That's the baby of the big one with the 2 colors. I saw it. It's smaller and it's just the same color. It's white in the center on the back, you know, or the side. I've never seen such a thing. All right. So anyways, on the instructions it says not to put anything, but I did, and I put it too much on the edge or something like that, that it was smart enough to take it out and keep going. Another one got stuck on the trap, and then it shook it off and got away. But then I think the baby came and fell for it, because then I took a piece of almond and I scraped it for the oil scents to come out, and then I put it in the center. I pushed it in, because if it's not hard enough in, they'll get it out of there and take it away. So I made sure that it would have to work at it and step in that trap and then get glued to it, and their sides get glued to it, and it becomes too hard for them. One moment while I keep on.